Hey, today on this channel we're going to speak about fulfillment and fulfillment times and shipping times from local or domestic fulfillment centers. Because we got a question from Alexandra, and if you have questions, by the way, just post it below, say hashtag #HeyNiels, post your question, and then we're going to make a video about that and answer just like this one here. The question goes, hey, can I ask what fulfillment centers in the USA do you recommend for Shopify branded dropshipping? Just what that means, it means that instead of dropshipping individual products from China, you would buy them in bulk, put them in a fulfillment center in the US, so you can offer really quick shipping to your customers, and every time they place an order, you ship it out from your warehouse in the US or from the fulfillment center in the US. I've contacted ShipBob, and their shipping prices are crazy. Domestic in average $5 for standard and $20 next day. Also around $10 for international shipment. Has it always been like this? My selling price is around $30, so the shipping costs are going to affect a lot of my profit margins. If I include free shipping, while my customers need to pay for the shipping, then sales will dramatically drop. Much appreciated advice. So Alexandra, the prices have not always been that high. I think two issues here. One, if you cannot budget a little bit more shipping, I think your margins aren't big enough. That's just a little factor. So I think if you're struggling to pay $5 for shipping, you have a problem with a $30 product. So if you buy that $30 product, you shouldn't spend more than $4 on that, if you buy it in bulk especially. So that is one thing that you should definitely work on. Maybe you have a sourcing agent, maybe you can hire a sourcing agent, or you go with our service so that we can actually get you the real price from a direct manufacturer, and then that will already solve your shipping issues. The shipping prices haven't always been that high. It's the same issue that you have from shipping from China to the US, because the planes aren't flying, right? So even within the US, you have travel bans, you have travel restrictions, and you got all of this stuff going on, which means that if the planes aren't flying, that means the product within the US aren't shipping on the planes as well, which means they have to ship by truck, which then causes longer shipping times, or the price just increases. There are a couple of ways you can go about that. You say, well, if I increase my shipping price, or if I don't offer free shipping, then my customers will not buy, or the conversion rate will dramatically decrease. And I agree with that free shipping is a great way to get your conversion rates up a little bit. You have to put that on the price then, actually, right? So if you put that on your actual price and you cannot make it work, then you don't have the right margins here. I think right now is actually a great time where you can get away with that, where you can get away with using COVID as an excuse and just put a little bit of shipping extra on it and say, and just put a little side note, because of COVID or because of COVID disruptions, our shipping right now, our prices increased by, or we have a little of an extra fee, or we have just come up with some excuse. And I think this is actually a great time, because especially with dropshipping before, we always had to kind of verify or kind of let people know why it takes so long to ship it. Well, now we have just a perfect excuse, right? We can say, oh, because of COVID, it takes longer time. So maybe you just downgrade the shipping options, so you don't offer next day shipping anymore if you can't afford it. Or if you have whatever 3-day shipping as your standard, maybe you just lower the standard. You say free shipping on 7 days, and you charge a little extra on 3 days shipping. The next thing that you can do to increase your margins here, because that's really what it comes down to. You don't have a shipping money problem. You have a profit margin problem. So to increase those margins, something that you could do is upsell more products. One of the things, and I show this sometimes here on this channel, is that you give people the option to buy multiple units. Now, I know it isn't always possible with every product, right? So for example, if you sell calculators, no one's going to buy 8 calculators. But then again, maybe they are. Maybe if you just frame it right, if you frame it, okay, you have your one product and that's $10. So if you buy 2, you can get it for 18. If you buy 4, you can get it for 35, 34, right? So you just have another incentive to sell people more, but you don't want to have that in a drop down or something. You want to have that in some position where people can actually see this with one view. So they look at it and they can just see, okay, if I buy twice as many, then I'm gonna get a better deal. If I buy 4 as many, I'm gonna get an even better deal. That's really what you want to show people, so that they can then buy multiples. And then you give them another excuse. You say, hey, if you sell handbags, right? Instead of buying 1 handbag, why don't you buy 2? You get 2 different colors, or you buy 1 more for your friend, or for your mom, or for your sister, or for your brother, whoever want to have another bag, right? So you just put that in there as an option, so that your overall margin increases. Meaning, if you ship 1 bag or 2 bags, the shipping price isn't going to double for you, right? Or if you ship 1 to 4, it isn't going to quadruple. The shipping price isn't going to be growing in the same ratio, right? So maybe if you pay $5 shipping for 1 bag, maybe you pay $7 shipping for 2. Maybe you pay $10 shipping for 4. You know where I'm coming from? So if you sell multiple units of the same thing, you're actually going to increase the percentage and the overall profit margin that you're going to get out of your customer. The second thing is upselling more products. So after the initial purchase, you say, hey, thank you for buying this. Why don't you buy some more of this? Why don't you buy some more of that? You can do this with a little order bump. You can do this with upsells on the next pages. There must be Shopify plugins for that. We, however, use ClickFunnels as a funnel building software. And if you want to learn more about that, if you want to learn the exact strategies, how we do that, and how we really ethically extract as much money as possible from your customers' pockets, I recommend you to watch this web class here below. So just in the description, there's a free web class that you can watch. And anyone really watching this video, I highly recommend to watch that web class because it teaches you how to increase your profit margins. How can you sell products without buying inventory yet having quick shipping times, and how do you actually make paid ads work? Okay, so you can find out all of that in the web class that I have for you, so make sure that you watch that. And if you have a question, or Alexandra, if you have another question, just post it below. Say hashtag #HeyNiels, post your question, and I will answer it in a video just like this one. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell so that when you ask a question, you actually do see the answer. And if you didn't ask a question, well, you can learn from other people. So still make sure to turn on the bell so that you get notified when those answers launch. That's it from me today. If you want to learn more about me, just head over to the channel, and that's really all I have here for you. Thank you for your question, Alexandra. I wish you a great day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.